Hello, you're all very welcome to Wild Cottage in Ireland's Vlogtober. Now, I'm doing voiceover for the videos because of my throat. It's much easier to redo a voiceover than it is to do a whole video. So apologies for not really seeing my face or talking in real time, but that will come. I just wanted to do a little intro. My name is Susan. I live here in County Clare in the hills in the west of Ireland with my partner Tom, my bonus son Merlin, who's in Africa at the moment for the next several weeks, pardon me, our two rescue and adopted dogs, Mimi and Shep Shep's a retired sheepdog, and lots of wildlife around the place, a lot of foxes. And what was really nice, and when I came home from my London trip early because of the sickness, that afternoon, when they don't usually come out during the day, this pair especially, was right there outside our kitchen window, just looking in at me and just kind of welcoming, so that was cool. Anyway, here is a project that I have finished that you may have seen. I will link to it below. It's a very simple crochet poncho, really easy for anyone to do. The tutorial is on YouTube, and I'll do my best to link all the things below. The pattern is for a super bulky, and this is probably, well, the Bumblebee Acres farm was a DK, and I held it with generally 2 to 3 or 4 strands of just a drops killed silk mohair to just sort of soften the color changes, and I used a size 6mm hook. I kind of just had a guess at how many cast-ons to do, how many chains to do. She did, I think, like 52 in the super bulky, so I went up and I think I cast on 90. I think next time I wouldn't cast on so many because it just made the opening that bit bigger than probably I really wanted. That doesn't really matter, and here I've just folded it in half to show you that you can wear it sort of as a wrap as well. I really, really love it. Yeah. So here's the Bumblebee Acre Farms label, and then the order of the colorway. So I started off with the Ghost Pumpkin. I don't know if these are available this year or not, but went into Retro Candy Corn. Then I Smell Children, which is the one with a lot of purple. It's so much fun. And ended up there with the Pumpkin Ghoul. So yeah. Now here, this is from last year. This is from the Fiber and Craft Fest at Peace Hill Farm, which is in the state of Virginia. We went to that, and I really loved it. A lot of small farms, interesting crafters, and it's on again on November 2nd. So I'm just saying that if anyone is in the area of, I think it's Charles City County, Peace Hill Farm, again, I'll link it below. And it's really worth going to. Like, they had, there's food, and there was art, and there was like Angora bunny fiber and yarn. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just popping in this little section here because this is when I showed you the blanket that I crocheted. This is a lot of the yarn. Here at Peace Hill Farm, and they are having a fiber festival and craft fair. And I've just gone through this basket that sort of has ones that aren't a lot of that. They're only $20. This is farm wool, hand dyed from Rambouillet cross sheep. There's loads of lovely things here. And this is, I've got some roving as well. There's a fleece, even a lovely fleece, a couple of fleeces, duck down. And so I'm making myself like a little gradient here. Well, not like that, and I've got some roving. And this is your farm. Yeah. And are you in the area? Lenexa. So this gentleman is in Lenexa, and his wife does the dyeing. And is it your wife? Sorry, I just assumed. It could be your sister.
It's the miller. They actually little craft mill, Blue Mountain Farm and Fiber in Pennsylvania. They do the spinning and the dyeing. It is hand dyed. I do the shearing.
Right. Part. Okay. So you do the sheep stuff. Yeah. That's my other half, who's like, oh God, more yarn. Okay, so I'm going to pay now. Okay, back to the present year. And these are the mitts that I finished recently. And it's out of this Hobbii Halloween yarn. Dark Matter was the name of the colorway, but it's number 02. And a lot of their Halloween yarns are the same this year. So it's probably still available. And you may remember if you've been watching, I started off, the ruffle part is from the from the apple orchard sock pattern from the autumn acorn. But then I realized I was knitting too tight for it to get it over my heel. So I've turned them into mitts. And they're really quite long mitts. They're nearly like sleeves up to my elbows, which is what I wanted. Perfect with ponchos and short sleeve shirts or jumpers, because I do get hot, but I can stick them on when I'm chilly and out. And you can see it's a long color change yarn, and I have 2 different mitts, which I'm totally happy with. But there's actually enough, because they both weigh about 25 grams, where I've done yarn management and I can make matching pairs as well. Yeah, here's just a little Halloweeny thing I wanted to show you. This is from last year. This is what I just finished. This is last year's mystery knit along with Telly Bean knits. And I did leave out one of the colorwork repeats, colorwork motifs. I don't remember which one it was because I didn't do it, just because it was getting kind of long, and I'm pretty short. Like, I think I'm about, well, I'm probably not even 5'2" anymore, having shrunk over the years and having my spine curve more and more. So yeah, but it's really cute. I enjoyed knitting it. It was a fun mystery knit along. These are little spiders, and then I think these were like eyeballs, and these are sort of little pumpkin shapes. And then we have the broom. Can you see that? The witch's broom. And then we go into the colorwork motif. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I think these 2 will be fun to wear together. All right, now I'm showing you the Venation shawl, and that's by Ambah O'Brien. I first started this coming up to autumn in 2022, and for whatever reason, it was confusing to me, so I put it down. I started it again last year, 23, but then I went away to the US to see some family for months and months and months. I ended up being there. And so when I came back, I wasn't sure where I was. So this year I've ripped it all back. I've also messed up the order and what way I thought I was going to have the yarns. This is not quite the way she displayed it in the 10 pack. But anyways, live and learn. Because her way may have been a little bit better. I don't know. But this is how I started it. Anyhow. Oh, I'm showing you now the little cute little stitch stoppers that I have, which I got in a lovely Samhain box, but I won't say from who right now in case you got one and you didn't open it yet. So these yarns are all from Robin's Promise Yarn, and the set is a 10 skein set, which the Venation pattern is written for, so you get all the color changes. It's not written for this particular set, but yeah, so it's called Maple Leaves from Robin's Promise Yarns, and they are a dyer based in the United States, in Williamsburg, Virginia. I don't think she has this particular set available now, but she has other sets, and they are really lovely. And I'm knitting it on 3.75 wooden needles from Knit Pro, I believe it is, the Symphonies. I believe that's probably the recommended needle, and I'm really enjoying. What I have here is my next project, and I've been thinking about a few things. So this is, so again, all these are that I got last year, but I think a lot of the colors are the same this year. Halloween sock yarns from Hobbii. This one was called Vampire Glitter. It was color 06, and it's the sock wool. So 73 wool, 25 polyamide, and 2% polyester, which is the glitter there, the purpley pink glitter. And I really would love to do the Venomous Cowl, again by Telly Bean Knits, in this with this This is some Drops Kid Silk Mohair in this really lovely kind of lavender color, very light, with sort of a gray tint. I think they look lovely together. It's color 09. I could hold these double. I was gonna thinking, hold these double for the spider and the web, and this would be the background. But I think this is going to be self-striping yarn. I think it'll just be too busy and I would lose that color work. Yeah, that's probably just not practical. The other thing I might do is I had done before, and I can't find them, but I did last year I love the mitts. So I did some Broom Riders mitts by Shy of the YouTube channel Shy as well. I'll link all that below. And that would be really cute. It's a perfect pattern for self-striping yarn like this. And I think I might add in some of these. So that was what I was planning on. But then last night, I believe it was, I was watching a Knitter's Soul here on YouTube, which definitely check out. And she showed a crochet shawl. And I actually don't have crochet on the hook at the minute. And I really want to put some crochet on. And it's a free pattern. And I'll link that below as well. And I'll link her channel. So she showed this pattern that she had done. And it's free pattern online, and it also has a chart because I like that. There was a chart, and I just really I like these little flowers. It's called In the Autumn Garden, and it was a cow. Now, the way she knitted up with a long color changing yarn with glitter, it was so beautiful. So that's kind of the way they were using sets and the knit along. So there's quite a big color change, like abrupt, which isn't my favorite, but I do encourage you. I mean, it is nice. So like if you like something like that, definitely check out this pattern. Or if you like something that's not so abrupt, definitely please go look at her podcast and look at the beautiful shawl that she crocheted. So I'm thinking maybe this might work out with my vampire glitter and mohair. Even though it's a self-striping, I think I'll just cast some on. I mean, I haven't been crocheting years, so I'm not actually certain how it's going to look crocheted up in a self-striping. But I was thinking, part of it, like I'll definitely, with the flowers, I'll do that in the self-striping because I want the flowers to show up. But some of the just more plainer crochet bit, that's what I'll do in the mohair, and it can be nice and fuzzy. Those are my thoughts. What do you think? I'm going to give it a try. Has anyone else crocheted this up? Yeah, it's really pretty. So thanks everyone for watching. An interesting tidbit there. The other day, while I was very, very sick, I came across somehow on my YouTube app thing a load of comments that I had never seen. So I replied to all of them. Some of them were newer and some of them were nearly a year old. Pardon me. So that was really weird. But I think I've caught up now, except for maybe a few of the very newest ones on the last installment. And as I get better, we will be going out and about. So there'll be a bit more content that you can actually see around Ireland. And also on the 31st, we're going to Achill Island. So I'm excited to share a bit of that trip. And if I'm well enough, on the 26th, which is Saturday, I'll go take the train to Dublin to the Dublin Fibre Fest and then back for the Halloween parade. So we'll see. I can't promise that at all. But yeah, so thanks so much for watching. Do give a like if you liked it. And I'll talk to you soon. With love, from Wild Cottage in the hills of County Clare.